Because of this man, that is what everyone's crypto portfolio felt like this week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we just had the biggest crypto crash in history, worse than COVID times. And this didn't just affect people's net worth. It affected a lot of people's mental health, where even a world famous crypto influencer was found in his Lamborghini Urus. Solana dropped from 237 all the way down to 168. XRP holders were down 70%. Imagine being down 70% on your entire net worth.
It's finished, boys. This is my last video, you'll see. Crypto is a scam. This whole thing is a whole big Ponzi scheme. Sell everything, get the hell out of the markets. I just sold everything. I'm just going to return the car as well. Gotta go return the car, get my money back, and stick to my 9 to 5 because crypto is a fucking Ponzi scheme. See how manipulated this shit is? Like, if you're still in a break-even level, if you're still somewhat in profit, just sell everything. Get the hell out of the markets. This is my final video. If you've followed me, you can unfollow me now. If you've been following the journey, thank you, but I'm out. Sold everything, accepted the losses. Just gonna go to the 9 to 5. Let me return the car today and then... Anyways, crypto is a whole big scam, and I'm one of the first people to admit that.
So just 30 minutes before yesterday's record-breaking crypto liquidation, a new account was opened, and this whale was placing shorts up until exactly 1 minute before Trump announced these massive tariff threats against China. And we can see it right over here. The last trade he made was at 2049 GMT, literally 30 seconds before Trump announced the 100% tariffs on all Chinese goods. And this trader closed 90% of his Bitcoin shorts and 100% of his Ethereum shorts, making over $200 million in profits in literally a couple of hours. And here's a breakdown of the entire timeline from the very beginning. So it started off at 9:40 a.m. when crypto mysteriously began selling off. And then around an hour later, Trump posted massive Chinese tariff threats. Now, this wasn't the official tariff announcement. They were just threats at this point, and the crypto market continued to sell off. But then at around 4:30 p.m., the trader we're talking about opened a multi-million-dollar short position, causing the market to take a dump already. But then at around 4:50 p.m., so just 20 minutes after the trader started placing those shorts, Trump announced 100% tariffs on China, and that's where the crypto market completely crashed. And to make things even more interesting, BlackRock reportedly bought 45,000 Bitcoin worth $5 billion at an average price of $105,000 per Bitcoin during the recent flash crash. And this was the absolute bottom of this crash. So what do you think? Was this whole thing just market manipulation, or was it a very strong coincidence and super good timing?
Of course, the president's son, Barron, made over $80 million trading cryptocurrency. Like, every time the president is announcing tariffs and all of that situation, obviously his son lives with him. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, son, like, I might be saying this and you might be able to up your money in crypto because of how the markets are fluctuating and whatever the insider knowledge would be. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really surprising to me. It is crazy, but like, that's just what is going on, I feel like. And it's kind of like, even the president made a token for cryptocurrency. So like, obviously, wouldn't his son have known about that token? Like, basically being made and like pushed to the public. Like, wouldn't the son know that? Like, that's like a different type of insider trading. But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, obviously, it's crazy in itself, but I feel like there is some obvious insider trading going on within the White House, but like just in the government period. Realistically, it's the whole government, you know what I mean? But definitely within the White House.
Hi guys, this is Tiana and you're watching Tiana's React. So what really happened? Can someone please tell me what happened? Crypto traders are furious right now. The charts went red, their savings vanished. But here's the twist, guys. The same week, the same day, the same hour, Trump's tariff crashed the market. His teenage son's net worth suddenly shook up. People are asking, did Trump know something the rest of the world didn't? Well, let's dive in and see people's reactions to this. But before we do, please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving.
So y'all seen how the stock market just reached one of the most craziest fucking drops, right? So over 2,000, well, they're stating, y'all, that over 2,000 crypto traders committed suicide just yesterday after the fucking stock market crashed. Okay, y'all? And the Ukrainian crypto influencer named Konstantin Galish has died by suicide, y'all, in his Lamborghini amid the market crash on Friday. Mind y'all, he lost over $30 million of his own investing money. So I guess it hurt his feelings. That shit affected a lot of people in their funds. And you know, we already know that the stock market crash was on purpose. And this was some historical ass shit, because they said the U.S. stock market suffered a sharp and sudden sell-off after Trump announced a 100% tariff on China, right? On all China's imports, reigniting trade tensions between the two largest economies, right? And the announcement was basically announced on Thursday, shocking investors who had expected a gradual negotiation path rather than an abrupt escalation. And the traders began dumping their shares in sectors most dependent on Chinese manufacturing and exports, y'all, particularly technology, consumer goods, and automotive stocks. At the end of Friday, y'all, the S&P 500 had dropped about 2.7%, marking it as the most single worst performance since April, y'all. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell around 879 points, which is 1.9%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite plunged nearly 3.6% too. So it's like people literally watched them dropped these prices, y'all, so motherfucking low. And guess what happened? Guess how much liquidation went into this shit throughout this time period. So when we say that these motherfuckers don't be doing this shit on purpose, and that this crypto shit is crazy, and that it's like, I get it, people be saying, oh, it's a hidden miss, and no, we have to literally pay attention to everything that happens, because what the fuck?
The biggest sell-off in crypto history happened this weekend. Billions of dollars wiped off the market, people losing huge amounts of money depending on how much they invested in crypto. It could be even worse than we know, because a lot of the platforms haven't put their numbers out yet. What triggered it was Donald Trump announcing that he is going to double tariffs on Chinese imports. That made some investors worry that their money wasn't safe, so they took it out. Prices started falling, but the way the market works is that various funds that were betting on crypto to rise suddenly started closing their positions and selling off. So it made the sell-off much more dramatic than anything we've seen before. Where it goes from here is anyone's guess, but if there are more things to make more people nervous about the price of crypto and the price falls again, then there will be these very sudden, sharp movements that you get in crypto and you don't necessarily get in the stock market, for example, because it's not as leveraged, as it were.
You guys, turns out one of the biggest Bitcoin holders on the planet might actually be Donald Trump. Just a few days ago, on October 11th, the crypto market went through its darkest day ever, all because Trump threatened a 100% tariff on China. A Ukrainian crypto influencer even took his own life after losing everything that day. Traders were crying, portfolios on fire. But just days later, the same man tweets, "Don't worry about China. Everything is fine. America wants to help China, not to hurt it." And boom, the market instantly rebounds. Stocks up, Bitcoin up, everyone is cheering again. And here's the craziest part. The biggest winner from all this drama is Trump's youngest son, Barron Trump. This 19-year-old made $18 million in crypto overnight, all thanks to his dad's tweet. And get this, according to Forbes, Trump himself might secretly be one of the largest Bitcoin holders in the world. Bro, this isn't free market anymore. It's the Trump's market. And in this market, some people lose their life, while others literally tweet their way to billions. All right, let me know what you think in the comments section.
Less than 48 hours after announcing a new 100% tariff on all goods coming from China, Trump basically did a full 180. He tweeted, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine. We want to help China, not hurt them." Now here's the wild part. He dropped that tweet just 5 hours before futures opened on Sunday afternoon, and sure enough, when the market did open, the Nasdaq is up 1.8% and the S&P futures are up 1.3%. I used to joke about it being crime season in crypto, but it's now become a new reality. Obviously, Trump alone did not cause this crash. This was clearly a coordinated effort to wipe out leveraged positions, and it's now estimated that over $40 billion was liquidated, by far the biggest in history. Now, this is going to piss off a lot of crypto traders, but I legitimately think that Bitcoin is going to hit new all-time highs by the end of the month. Now that every leverage trader got liquidated, it would be the perfect time for market makers to push the price higher. As a word of caution, after witnessing the level of price manipulation we saw this week, I really can't recommend anyone uses any sort of leverage. I had a friend who got smoked with only 2.5x leverage on Solana that was well in the money, and he still got liquidated. So going forward, I really think that just buying spot and taking money off the exchange is the way to go. Hit follow if you want to see more of my crypto predictions, and good luck. Peace.
How did somebody make $190 million while everyone else was losing their shirts yesterday? If you don't know, there was one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen in crypto. And someone came in 24 hours before and started placing shorts against the market. Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset is going to go down in price and you will make money on that. Now, this all started October 9th at 1639 GMT time. They start accumulating this Bitcoin short. They initially put, and this is not chump change, guys. This isn't under your couch, pennies. This is $80 million that initially gets deposited, and they start placing shorts against Bitcoin. Okay, that's fine. Now the amount is unusual, but that itself is not the unusual part. Then we have Ethereum starts to get shorted at 349 GMT. Interesting. $30 million gets deposited into this account. Immediately start placing major bets that the market is going to go down. Why is this significant? Well, because at 14:57, this is only a few hours later, like 12 hours later, Trump posts on Truth Social that they are calculating a massive increase on Chinese tariffs. This is due to a rare earth mineral dispute. But the point is, nobody knew this was coming, except, of course, maybe this guy, because he's already got these multi-million-dollar shorts.
Did someone or a group of people know what Donald Trump was going to tweet? How manipulated is the crypto market? Let us know what you think in the comments.
We have never seen the astonishing and unimaginable corruption that we have with Donald Trump, and is clear evidence of market manipulation and insider trading with respect to crypto, timed off of his tariff announcements. Let me explain the latest situation. Okay, he announces a 100% tariff on China. 30 minutes before that, some random person comes in and opens up a huge account with a ton of money, tens of millions of dollars. It takes out a bunch of short positions and makes $192 million in a couple hours. Bitcoin suffered, because of all of this situation, $380 billion shift in its market cap, and 1.6 million Bitcoin traders were totally wiped out and lost everything. It's the biggest, situation like that we've ever had with crypto or Bitcoin. Frankly, I think the crypto, Bitcoin, all this crap is stupid, and it's really only usable by criminals. But point being, he's manipulating it, and he's also getting bribes through it, because crypto payments are anonymous. So Trump could be getting hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. We have no idea. We know he has crypto accounts in his own name, in his wife's name. I mean, it's insane what's going on here. The media doesn't ask about it. Nobody tries to pursue the names of the donors, even though the White House has technically promised to provide that. And it just goes on and on and on. It is crazy. We should have zero confidence that our government is not being run by a foreign, oil dictator, Putin, Xi, whoever. I mean, this is beyond what we could ever have possibly fathomed, just a few years ago.
So guys, the world lost billions, but the Trump walked away richer. Is this strategy, luck, or something darker happening behind the scene? Because when ordinary people lose everything, the powerful always seem to win. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate. Please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving. See you next time.